All right, starting you off with your winner segment here on a Monday morning. I'm starting with Jimmy Sexton, agent for Willie Taggart. Sexton, of course, is the agent for every coach in college football. He's got every coach out there. He's got Taggart as well. Some of the numbers on Taggart's buyout are unbelievable. He's raised, Florida State's raised $20 million in private donations to buy out what is left of Taggart's contract. Under the terms of the 6-year, $30 million deal, FSU's athletic department still owes him 85% of his remaining compensation through the beginning of 2024. That's estimated at $17 to $18 million.
Kind of stole mine, but...
Did it?
Well, I mean, I had Willie Taggart first.
I'm not.
It's okay.
Jimmy Sexton. I got the other side.
I think it just shows where our heads are at, because I also put Willie Taggart in on the drive over this morning when I was at a red light, so... Shout out to Willie Taggart. It turns out it's the American dream to get paid not to work.
Well, look, we'll do it all at one. What I had, the thing that was most impressive to me about the whole thing was, like all those numbers are great, but if you break it down, Darren Ravel actually broke it down per game. Florida State paid Taggart $2,515,000. That is per game that he coached at Florida State.
Oh,
not a good ROI.
So.
Great business. As I said, though, not a better job in college football, I could make the argument, than Florida State when you look at kind of tradition, some of the resources you would have, though, as people have pointed out. That is what got Florida State in trouble with Jimbo, is maybe being a little cheap. But like the ACC sucks is the main point.
Early SEC names starting to pop up. Mark Stoops, Joe Brady.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a bold hire of Brady. But, look, when you're hot, you're hot. My first weekend winner, Jorge Masvidal. He fought for what they call the Banff belt or something this weekend. The bottom line is that he beat the hell out of Nate Diaz. And look,
scary dude.
Shout out to Nate Diaz, because he would have kept fighting. But did you see Nate Diaz's face? Yeah. Even after the stitches, almost especially after the stitches, it looks like something out of a Frankenstein horror movie. Like, that ain't healing anytime soon. So after Masvidal does this to one of the baddest dudes on the planet, he's chilling in the post-game, the post-fight presser. He's drinking mezcal, which I love, eating pizza. And then I don't know what this quote was in response to, but I feel like it's a kindred spirit quote. If I'm having trouble sleeping, I hang out, smoke weed, and pass out. Eat lots of food and stuff. Close quote. So shout out to Jorge Masvidal.
You up?
Good guy.
Gosh. Love that guy.
I know.
So my next weekend winner, Teddy Bridgewater. With New Orleans on their bye week, Bridgewater took the opportunity to visit his hometown and take in a game at his alma mater, Miami Northwestern High School. But Bridgewater couldn't help but jump into the action, taking the chance to show off his dancing skills and strut with the school's dynamic dozen. So I guess that's like their dance team. So there's a video up there. I put it in, I don't know, it's in the huddle. I mean the document. But he basically, the dance team is doing their low strut.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it pans and Teddy Bridgewater is in the back and he is like doing his shoulders, doing the dance, looking good. So shout out Teddy Bridgewater for having fun.
My first weekend winner is Microsoft Japan. They released a report yesterday about their work-life initiative. They pretty much gave employees their Fridays off and found that productivity rose 39.9%. So, I mean, I think we just get Fridays off is what that shows.
Yep. We all need Fridays off.
We need to get Fridays off, dude. Shout out Microsoft. Hey, look,
have y'all not been taking Fridays off?
if the Japanese can do it, a notoriously hardworking culture and society, right? Like notoriously. Then what are we doing, dude? What are we doing working Fridays? 4-day weekends. Let's go. 3-day weekend.
My next winner is Pat McAfee. You see in the run that McAfee's making on College Game Day. They're obviously
He's all over the place.
They're obviously overworking Maria Taylor. They've got her everywhere. She's on NBA. She's on women's college basketball. She's stellar at everything. She's a sideline reporter on the ABC College Football Game of the Week. She's down on the College Game Day segment, hosting the segment. You only had one job, even though she's got 20. But now that she is kind of transitioning into the NBA season, McAfee seems like the new face that they're starting to push to the forefront of College Game Day. If you saw it from Memphis on Saturday morning, he was fantastic. A part-time stand-up comedian, part-time media member.
He has his own media platform and show that he does, right? And then he's on Get Up all the time. Yeah. He calls those Thursday night games, which his style, I like it. Mm-hmm. It's definitely a bit divisive because it almost feels like
he's very polarizing.
Yes, it feels like an extended wrestling promo, but I find it entertaining. Mm-hmm. So yeah, shout out to McAfee. He's the man. I really like him. Even though his boy, Adam Vinatieri, looks like he's done. I mean, how many kicks?
He should be. He's 45
How
years
many
old,
kicks is
man.
Adam Vinatieri? And I get that you want to respect the GOAT, but like even everybody has to be put out to pasture at some time. I feel bad, but it may be time for Adam Vinatieri. My second weekend winner, the Cincinnati Bengals. They were off this weekend, and yet they saw themselves take over number one in the tank to the bottom as I just can't get over this. The Miami Dolphins beat the Jets. It's just so funny in so many reasons. Adam Gase, you are terrible. So the only winless team left in the NFL is Cincy, as now Washington, the Jets, Dolphins, and Falcons all have one win.
My next weekend winner is, I was going to say it was someone else, but I really think it's Popeyes. So I had it originally here because Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Stephon Diggs wore his cleats, and they're like a Popeyes cleats. Like they have open Sunday, they're orange. They are just a billboard for Popeyes. But, so they released their sandwich. Lines are everywhere. But also, in a post-game interview, Deshaun Watson, someone asked him what the key was for healing his eye injury, and he said, the Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich that I ate this week, that helped the eye. So, like, Popeyes is just, they're getting all the marketing.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing it right now.
Like, it's crazy.
Amazing.
It's all free.
It's amazing.
So, congrats, Popeyes. You are still on the board.
A couple of other winners here for the weekend. Nate, you have one?
I'm good.
Did you see Tyreek Hill running side by side next to Damian Williams yesterday?
Yeah, man.
So Damian Williams
That was
busts
crazy.
through for a long touchdown run for the Kansas City Chiefs. And Williams breaks through for like a 60-yarder, and they have his miles per hour. They're clocking his speed, and he tops out at 22 miles an hour.
Damn.
Running downhill. Tyreek Hill is behind the play, outruns Williams, outruns the guy he's trying to block to keep off of Williams, and then almost like leads him into the end zone. I mean,
Damn.
if I'm on the Olympic team, I'm the track coach, I'm calling Tyreek Hill like, look at this cat in the open field. It's some of the best piece of video that I've seen just from live action, like in the game. I mean, he just opens it up and sprints, and Williams is flying.
Yeah, I mean, he ran away from everyone, and Tyreek Hill makes everyone look like they're jogging. My last weekend winner, quick shout out to UGA going to the SEC Championship. I guess that deserves it probably. Lamar Jackson, though. And yes, look, this is the win or the loss that the Patriots probably need in order to rejuice themselves. I will say this, though, Jordy. Think about this. The Patriots have played an exceptionally bad schedule. Like, not just poor, exceptionally bad.
One good team.
And now they've only played two teams with winning records, and that's Buffalo in this game. And they're 1-1, and they beat the Bills by 6. I'm just saying, something to watch. But how about Lamar Jackson? Ran for 2 scores, threw for another. In all, the Ravens score 4 offensive touchdowns. The Patriots had given up just 4 offensive touchdowns in 8 games. Also broke a 13-game winning streak for the Pats. Shout out Lamar. Booger, where you at? Talk to you Wednesday, bud. Not want to give Lamar Jackson credit.
How about Richard Condon? Did he win the weekend?
Why?
He is making a huge push on social media. I'll tell you what.
If his intention on Friday was to get followers and get attention on social media during the bye weekend, he won the weekend.
As we said, in the Trump era of Twitter, nobody is more perfectly suited to Twitter than Richard Condon.
He just always, I read every tweet like he's yelling it. It doesn't have to be in all caps.
Which-
It doesn't matter. Everything he tweets, I just read like a yell.
If you deal with Condon, then yeah,
What did you
that's
ask him this morning?
true.
You said...
I was thinking about this randomly, getting dressed this morning. I don't know why. And I'm like, man, how does Rich just stay so mad at the world 24/7? And so I asked him that this morning, and he said, well, because you got to.
You just got to. That was my favorite thing ever. One of the favorite things.
From the Trump school of social media.
He didn't even think twice about it. He was like,
No,
you
it was
got to.
off the hip. You just got to. So, Condon.